Meanwhile, while some of us have been counting down until the 12th of September 2025 to Netflix binge watch The Beauty and the Bester after the trailer they put out, which let me tell you something, is definitely attention grabbing. Shout out to the production team on that. Mwah, chef's kiss. But then we have Nandipha Magudumana, okay, who met, she didn't tell her lover, aka THABO Bester, that she has signed an agreement with Netflix in front of her legal representatives who checked out the contract and said, yes, 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 run her check. Netflix sat down and wrote her check. Nandipha cashed her check. And then THABO Bester called her. I don't know if they have a line where they can call each other since they're in different prisons, since they cannot visit each other anymore. But we are not there, okay? So Nandipha Magudumana said, no, 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 no. And then THABO Bester said, I'm so upset. They are ruining my credibility. There are so many ways to get out of prison. Has anybody ever thought of that? I could have come out of prison on parole? A whole begitele going to pick up THABO Bester, who was out on parole, according to him and his legal representative, okay, that he did not escape prison. And now this documentary is going to give people the impression that he escaped prison. Ladies and gentlemen, like, what are we watching when they say South Africa is a movie? They absolutely mean it. Hello, Mzansi. Welcome back to another Mzansi edition where we react to courtroom drama, okay? And the Mgulagutus as THABO Bester and Nandipha Magudumana. I wonder if she forgot. I wonder if her legal representatives also forgot that they were there when she signed and cashed in the check. You see, once you cash the check, that's the end of it. Contract signed, sealed, and delivered. Nandipha Magudumana. I don't blame her though. I don't blame her. This is a fascinating story, and they could have made so much money, views upon views, even years later, which would help pay their legal fees. But damn that THABO Bester. THABO Bester had to come and whine about his rights.
He's guilty of the charges against him. Remember, the couple and 7 others are accused of planning and executing Bester's brazen escape from prison, where he was serving a life sentence in 2022. It was revealed in court that Magudumana was paid by the production company behind the documentary. The court says Magudumana was paid for the use of her archive material and was represented by her attorneys when she entered into the agreements.
Well, technically, the Constitution does allow him. He is, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I have to say it. He is innocent until proven guilty, ladies and gentlemen. He is. Wow. One thing about Mgulagutus, they know they're right. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And right now the trial hasn't started. And THABO Bester says, how dare you, Netflix? How dare you go out on these streets, create a whole documentary, one, not compensate me. We compensated Nandipha Magudumana. She allowed us to use all her archived content. I wonder what that means. I wonder if that means they went into her Instagram in the back end and they said, yeah. This is very, very interesting. I wonder if Netflix can show us that contract. That would be an interesting read on this channel, for sure. But we are not there. We are here. And my lady is in the court who is going to give a judgment today o'clock at 8:30 a.m. But the binge watching is supposed to start at 9. What do you predict she will rule? And why did Nandipha do this? Why is Nandipha backpedaling? She's reminding me of somebody else. But you know what? I don't want to talk about that on this video. But basically, yeah, tell me your thoughts. This is THABO Bester, Nandipha Magudumana. Urgent application, and urgent it was because they just had to be in the court one day before. They have already lost a previous attempt with the Showmax documentary, and they lost that case. The documentary went out. I think it's called Tracking Bester. And then there's also the book about THABO Bester, which I have a copy of. Shout out to the authors. And then Now there is the listen, their story is one for the books. One for the books. I don't blame Netflix, I don't blame the production, but I'm hoping my lady understands. Okay? We've got to Netflix and chill. We've got to Netflix and chill on this one. Okay? Some of us want to hear what the father said. Some of us want to hear just a whole Justice Cameron. What, do you think he was paid too? Oh no, was the father paid? If the father was paid, ooh, did he declare it to SARS? Does that affect his legal aid represent? You know what? Let me mind my business, okay? Let me mind my business that pays me. That is it from me today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'll catch you right after court ends. But in the comment section down below, drop a 1 if you think THABO Bester and Nandipha Magudumana are going to win. Drop a 2 if you think Netflix is going to win. Drop a 3 and say either way. You will be watching the documentary when it drops, okay?
Articles that have been written about Mr. THABO Bester to say it has been written about his rape cases, his Facebook, whatever. They bring many articles that they Googled and they printed them and brought them to court. Now, my question is that because there has been so much published unfounded without having the actual proof of that, should we allow the further publication on that? Is that how things must be? Because some articles have been written in some newspapers, some video clips have been made on social media. Must we allow also Netflix to do the same? And Netflix has already described itself as one of the giant media houses that says it has got 300 million, how many? 300 million subscribers or viewers. Now, if Netflix published this tomorrow, this documentary tomorrow, just for 1 hour, with their 6-point-something million followers in South Africa, it means that in a space of 1 hour, after this radical marketing that they have undertook with this trailer and this documentary through the trailer, it means that we are going to have many people seeing this, and after to see this, a public opinion and the public court will have decided otherwise about Mr. THABO Bester. Then when that has happened, the question I'm having is this: are we still going to have are we still going to have a fair trial in that regard?
Sorry, are you saying that a documentary will influence a court, a judge?
I'm saying
because I find that quite preposterous. Because let's just take it to the end. A judge can only make a finding on the evidence that's before him, and it can definitely not be on a documentary.
I am saying a right. What I'm saying, which is in my papers, I'm saying a right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, which is section 35, subsection 3 of the Constitution, needs to be protected. This documentary, I'm answering your question. Allow me a space to elaborate my answer. I will answer you fully, my lady. I am saying section 35, subsection 3 of the Constitution, a right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, has to be protected, including even with a notorious person as labeled by the respondent, like THABO Bester. Why? Because should that be, when he is found guilty, we do not know what influence will that be. We don't know the amount of influence will that documentary be having in that proceeding. And we are saying such documentaries carry a weight into the public court, carry a weight into the public opinion and interest of the people. And also, my lady, hear my argument within the context of everything that I've been saying for past 30 minutes or so. I have already said, in this documentary, we have the accused, one of the co-accused, who is speaking, the father of Nandipha Magudumana. I'm repeating that. And she says, I could not imagine my daughter doing such a thing. It's left there so that people can go and watch the documentary to hear what such a thing will my daughter be doing. And now we also have a judge, Justice Cameron, speaking in that documentary, saying, as a judge, I have never seen such a thing. What a thing is that? Definitely we are talking about THABO Bester's alleged escape, which already the answering affidavit have stated that this documentary is about that. Now, my argument says, when such documentary are flighted or broadcasted, we then are standing in one corner of the truth, because he is also not given a right of reply. But that is not part of this argument. It's part B of the argument. I'm just saying it in passing, because it has to balance my argument. Part B has to balance my argument in part A. So, the court finding him guilty or not finding him guilty, the moment he goes on the street and is not found guilty, because I believe that he's hiring lawyers like us so that he should not be found guilty. He will not be found guilty, I suppose. then the state has failed to prove its case beyond reasonable doubt. Now, already the documentary has stated some kind of their truth or some kind of their baseless facts to say he has escaped. Now, it means the judiciary of South Africa allows somebody to walk free who has been found guilty by the public opinion. I am addressing the public opinion, and I'm speaking about the fair trial here. And I'm speaking about the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. And that cannot be left unattended. Now, having argued all this, my lady, the question is, why are you in court and sweating so much, Advocate Maila? The reason we are in court is because we are asking that this documentary should be interdicted. On which basis do you want this documentary to be interdicted? There is a case, as I'm closing, there is a case of Setlogelo versus Setlogelo, which is there on my practice notes. The case has laid down very important requirements for an interim interdict. Number one, it stated that a prima facie right, though open, what is required for an interim interdict to be granted by the court? Number one, a prima facie right, though open to some doubt. That's number one. Number two, a well-grounded apprehension of irreparable harm if the interim relief is not granted. Number two, the absence of an adequate alternative remedy. The absence of an adequate alternative remedy. Number four, the balance of convenience favor the grant of the relief. Number five, the balance of convenience favor the grant of relief. Then the last one. Oh, this is me reasoning. This is the fifth one will be the balance of convenience favors the grant of relief. Now, my lady, when you look, you look at our founding affidavit, the applicant has covered all the requirements set out in Setlogelo case. Number one, prima facie right, you have already stated that there is a right to fair trial, which is section 35 of the Constitution, a right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, which is section 35(3) of the Constitution, and also a right to dignity, which is section 10, a right to equality, which is section 9. And also number two, a well-grounded apprehension of irreparable harm if the interim relief is not granted. There is a phrase we use there to say once the bell is rung and the documentary is flighted, what then will be of Mr. Bester? And people have seen the story, have heard whatever that has been heard. What more will be? Obviously, there will be irreparable harm. After the documentary has played for 1 hour or 2 hours, since they said it's 3 parts, after the first part, they are done with Mr. Bester. He's already guilty by the format of the trailer. Number three, the absence of adequate alternative remedy. If this documentary of Netflix is not interdicted, my lady, what more will remedy be for him after it has been flighted or broadcasted to 300 million followers of Netflix in 160 countries as they boast? Definitely, Mr. Bester, in every corner of this world or planet Earth, he will be known as a man who faked his death and escaped, because we saw it in the trailer. It's there.
So let me ask you this. In your opinion, members of the public, jury, okay, the Netflix documentary trailer, is that the first time you heard and saw the THABO Bester story? Is that trailer the one that led you to lead to the belief that THABO Bester escaped prison? I don't know. I might have watched him walk out of prison on SABC and all these other news outlets, mainstream media, and SABC being funded in part by the government. Let me just drop that right there. But at that time, nobody formed an opinion. We all went about our lives until now. We're inside Phakathi within the Netflix documentary, and we are ready now to say yes, 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 absolutely. He did it. He walked out of prison. No, he escaped prison. Because, you know, there's the other option we haven't considered, that he was out on parole. But I wonder why they would put him out on parole at night. And that they would have to burn a body in his cell for him to take on parole. You know what? This lawyer has a very creative imagination. I don't blame him, okay? Because he's being paid top dollar to defend THABO Bester. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What's your prediction? I'll catch you later today. Bye!